My name is Gary Botzek. I appreciate the opportunity to come before this panel this afternoon. I'm the Executive Director of the Minnesota Conservation Federation. That's located in St. Paul, Minnesota, and our membership is traditionally made up of local sportsmen's clubs. Like Richard explained, we do have the same types of club memberships. We also allow individuals and statewide regional organizations to participate. Our members work every day. They hunt and fish by night and on weekends. They're blue collar, they're lawyers, they're professional people, but they love to get outside. That speaks for Minnesota. Minnesota is known for its lakes, our streams and rivers. We have over 12,000 lakes, 92,000 miles of shoreland. Minnesotans love the outdoors and we live it year round. We love to hunt and fish, just like the North Carolinians do. We bike and we hike. We eat and we drink the waters, the great outdoors. We enjoy our natural resources every day. However, our waters and our air are not as clean as they used to be, should be, or need to be. The Minnesota Department of Health actually puts out fish advisories, which is our advice through their website, indicating mercury levels in fish in our lakes and streams. They state that eating fish is an excellent source of low-fat protein. We all agree with that, but they go on to warn that some fish that contain contaminants such as mercury that can harm human health, especially for children and fetuses. We have fish advisories for mercury in most of our lakes and streams in Minnesota. That's not a good story. The mercury we have in our waters in Minnesota comes from power plants. It's not just power plants in Minnesota, but it's power plants in our surrounding states. It's power plants in Canada. This is a regional, this is a national, this is an international problem. Our utilities in Minnesota are actually good guys in most cases. They've done an above average job of converting coal burning electrical generation plants to natural gas and they're upgrading their soot scrubber technology in the exhaust pipes. Minnesota's rich with wildlife and fish, as I mentioned. Many of our animal species like trout and moose are sensitive, as you heard already, to temperature change. Milder winters in Minnesota as well are affecting the migration patterns of our wildlife, both north and south along the Mississippi Flyway, are affecting both ducks and loons, our state bird. The story of the moose population in Minnesota is not a pretty picture. Aerial photos that our Department of Natural Resources do show a decline of moose in Minnesota in one area from over 8,000 to just over 4,000, a 50% reduction since 2006. In 6 years, we have lost half of our moose population. This is due to mild winters, as you heard earlier. Balmy springs, fall seasons require a moose to use more strength to cool themselves. The milder winters also allow parasites and ticks to survive the winters and do more damage on the native moose. We need normal, colder winters. I never thought I'd say that, but we need normal, colder winters, not warmer ones, assisted by climate change caused by fossil fuel power plants, factories, and automobiles. The Minnesota Conservation Federation supports the passage and implementation of the legislation and the rules that you have in front of you today as it relates to reductions in greenhouse gas emissions. We are joined by many other conservation and environmental organizations in Minnesota, some of which are testifying in Chicago today as well. I personally live next to the largest coal-burning electrical generation plant in the state called Sherco 1, 2, and 3. Due to the wind movement in that part of the state, the pollution from that facility gravitates northeast to the Boundary Waters Canoe area. Most people know what the Boundary Waters Canoe area and Voyageurs National Parks, two of our jewels in the Minnesota and national systems. This haze is a major concern to park users and to the general public. As I mentioned, Sherco's got 3 smokestacks on this location, all coal-based, 2 of which are operational currently. The Minnesota Pollution Control Agency and others are watching and keeping the pressure on the utility to do more in terms of retrofitting the plants with cleaner technology. This plant that I reference is an excellent example why it is so critical for the EPA to move to tackle emissions from existing coal-fired plants. Strong new standards for new coal plants are the first step. We are very proud to live and work and recreate in Minnesota. Once we have our sporting teams back in shape, we will be at the perfect place once again to live and raise our kids and grandkids. However, we must continue to ask our businesses, including our utilities, to do a better job, that they can do the best job that they can to improve the quality of our air and our waters. As ratepayers, we are paying them to do the right thing. At the Minnesota Conservation meetings that we hold, we open our meetings with a pledge that goes like this. I give my pledge as an American to save and faithfully defend from waste the natural resources of my country, its air, soil, and minerals, its forests, waters, and wildlife. We in Minnesota try hard every day to practice what we preach or what we pledge. This proposed rule will go a long way in the correct direction of our pledge. Thank you and have a good afternoon.